We start, though, at the White House, where the president just signed the debt ceiling bill into law. Let's get right to NBC's Gary Grumbach from the White House with more on this. Gary, good to talk to you. Not a big splashy event. We essentially got the go-ahead, the green light that he did it. And in fact, it's been passed in our inboxes. What more do we know?
Yeah, after weeks of public negotiations with folks from the White House heading over to Capitol Hill and folks from Capitol Hill coming here to the White House, that was it. It was an email. It was a press release saying that the bill had been signed. In the email, he thanked Senate Speaker McCarthy, Leader Jeffries, Leader Schumer, and Leader McConnell for their partnership. And Washington loves to work under pressure here, right? This happened 48 hours before that X date that Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen put into place, saying the government would run out of money and be unable to pay their bills. So let's talk a little bit about what you see on the screen there. What is in this debt ceiling agreement? First, that big thing. It suspends debt ceiling until January 1st, 2025. So we don't have to worry about this again until about January 1st, 2025 there, Yasmin. But it also limits military spending, limits non-military spending, rescinds about $28 billion in unspent COVID relief funds, and eliminates $1.4 billion from the IRS budget, and also restarts the federal student loan payments program. And that's something, of course, the President of Biden wouldn't have, if it was his choice, put in a bill like this. But of course, this was a compromise. Both sides, neither of them got exactly what they wanted. But President Biden talked a lot last night in his speech to the nation about what was at stake here and what would happen if they did not reach this compromise. Here's what he had to say.
If we had failed to reach an agreement on the budget, there were extreme voices threatening to take America for the first time in our 247-year history into default on our national debt. Nothing would have been more irresponsible. Nothing would have been more catastrophic. Our economy would have been thrown into recession. Retirement accounts for millions of Americans would have been decimated.
So there was this focus on the importance of bipartisanship, but there also was a little bit of focus on his own 2024 presidential run. He said in part in the statement, I'm going to be coming back, and with your help, I'm going to win. There, Yasmin.
Yeah, not surprised at that, right? Because he campaigned on being able to reach across the aisle, being able to strike deals just like this one. And so it's not surprising that he would talk about 2024 in his kind of victory lap that he took last night. Hey, Gary, quickly here, why didn't he have kind of more of a splashy signing event today? Do we know?
Well, last night he did have the address to the nation. It was his very first Oval Office address. So it's the weekend. His wife's out of town. Actually, it's her birthday. She's out in the Middle East doing a trip around the Middle East there, visiting pyramids today. But he just sent out a press release, did the signing. We may get a tweet or a picture of the actual event later this afternoon, but nothing from the press pool itself.